What's up, positive bitches? How are we doing today? If you're hearing this episode, then you are meant to be here, so keep listening. On that Bitches Positive podcast, sometimes we will laugh, other times, baby girl, we're gonna cry, but we will always walk away feeling our most empowered, positive bitch self. That is babe in true connection with herself. On this podcast, we unbecome who we are not so we can fully step into exactly who we came here to be. That's right. Today we are talking about why they don't like you. They can be your friends, or should I say frenemies. They may be your coworkers. They might be the guy or the girl that just ghosted you. What we fail to realize as human beings is that there are many energetic levels that are all corresponding to one another at all times. Everything you see in this 3D reality has a corresponding energetic root. And even though we can't see that energetic root, they exist. I can't see gravity. I don't even have to believe in gravity for it to be applied in my life. It's the same thing with the energetic laws of this universe. One of those laws being the law of correspondence. This states that one level of reality always corresponds to the next. As above, so below. So if people aren't liking you in this 3D reality, it's not about what you think. It's about something so much deeper, which we're going to talk about today. After today's episode, you will not only have peace, you will not only release anxiety, you will not only have a better understanding about yourself and these other people and this reality, but you will be empowered to stay focused on you and not get mad, but get everything you've ever wanted, baby girl. Before we get into it, if you've not yet ordered Show Up As Her, my new book, be sure to get your copy at the link in the show notes on Amazon. You can also order Show Up As Her on TikTok Shop. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Vibin with Cici. That's VIBIN with CIICII for daily magnetic tips and tricks to activate your most desired timeline. If you would like one-on-one coaching with me, I am a certified life and energy coach. I currently have a couple of openings. So if you're interested on healing your attachment system, activating your most magnetic timeline, then you can definitely DM me on Instagram for more information on coaching. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode because we have so much to uncover. Why is it that some people seemingly just do not like us? Well, this brings me to page 116 in my book. I have something to share with you. There are many different types of people we attract into our universe because we are energy, and our energy attracts the people, places, and opportunities that we come into contact with. One of the types of people that we align with and attract towards us are those of opposite vibration. We attract what we really want and what we really don't want. If I have an extreme hatred for rude people, I will attract rude people. Whatever traits we push down in ourselves become part of our shadow self. The shadow self is the parts of ourselves we deem unacceptable or unlovable and try to hide. Although we do not allow ourselves to express these traits, it does not mean we don't have the capacity to embody them. Being in denial of a trait does not mean it is not part of you. It simply means you are denying that it's there. The more I push down the part of myself that can be rude, the more I will hate rudeness in others. The more I will attract rude people into my experience as well. We must make amends with all of ourself. As humans, we can be loud, we can also be quiet. We can be rude, but also kind, and so on. We can experience and express a whole spectrum of characteristics. The more you allow yourself room to experience all different traits, the less you will hate them in others. We will discuss how to bring your shadow self into the light in further detail in this chapter. So what I want you to understand is that as much as you are attracting people into your experience, other people are also pulling you into them. You are going to be drawn towards people who push down parts of themselves and then hate you because you allow yourself to embody them. If your coworker pushes down the part of themselves that is confident, your coworker is going to hate the confidence that you embody. If your friend pushes down in herself, her ability to place herself on her own pedestal, she's going to hate the fact that you place yourself on your own pedestal. Because you have to understand, these people are thinking, well, I don't allow myself to do that. I don't allow myself to partake in that. Where do you get off partaking in that action? Where do you get off engaging with that mindset? If I don't do it, why are you allowed? The thing is, misery loves company. That's why it's lonely at the bottom, not at the top. It's not lonely at the top. Are you kidding me? It's lonely at the bottom. We have that so backwards. So backwards. Someone not liking you actually has to do a lot more with them than it does to do with you. They're hating aspects in you. They hate your light because they don't allow themselves to embody their own light. This is not personal. This is vibrational. This is energetic. And when we take things personal, we get in our own head and we hurt ourselves. But baby girl, it's really not about you. It's about the energy you're broadcasting. It's about the energy you're allowing yourself to embody. And it's about their own limitations. There is this Bible verse that I would like to read. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Please, you must understand that the battle isn't really against your coworker. It's really not against your ex-best friend. It's really not against your ex. It's about the entities that work through them. It's about the energies that cycle through them and are anchored into their being. Most people are not consciously aware enough to actually embody their authentic frequency and use their own free will. Most people are driven by the entities that are attached onto them. It's not about Sally or Brad or Rick. It's about the entities that are working through Sally, Brad, and Rick. That's what's actually going on. And how do we keep ourselves safe from these entities not attaching onto us? You do not allow them to bring you down. You do not allow them to lower your vibration. The best way to ensure yourself safe from these lower vibrational entities is to send that person love, because you know that they're being held captive by these entities and it's not about them. You know that this is actually about you safeguarding your heart, your mind, your spirit, and your body. And the way to safeguard your body, mind, and spirit is to send them love, because negative entities attach onto us. They are invited into us when we allow ourselves to drop into a lower vibration. They attach onto us when we allow ourselves to think negative, when we believe other people's projections and make them our own predictions. That is when we allow these entities to attach onto us. You have to realize that if someone's jealous of you, it's because they have the spirit of jealousy within them. They have a spirit that they don't even know is attached onto them. And now that spirit is trying to attach onto you. It's trying to bring you down so it has more people to control. So what do? We realize that, okay, this is not what I originally thought it was. This is much deeper. This is much different than what I originally thought it was. This is spiritual. This is energetic. This is beyond the realm of possibility I originally understood my life to be. And once you understand this, you really can't go back. It's not going to be a choice for you. The entities I'm speaking of, some people will call these entities monitoring spirits. So let's understand what that actually means. A spirit that is monitoring is an unclean evil spirit that monitors someone's behavior for the purpose of inflicting hurt or pain into that person's life. These spirits are manifested through jealousy. They go hand in hand. Someone can grow to be jealous of you, which means anyone can be subjected to be used as a monitoring spirit at any time. This spirit is sometimes called a masquerading spirit or a watcher. The monitoring spirits come to gather information to facilitate spiritual attacks, steal blessings, infect with sickness, sabotage success, and generally wreak havoc in your life. God does send warnings about these spirits being present, and usually it will show up in your dreams as the following. Someone who just stares but doesn't speak, black cats, dogs, black birds, rats, wolves, insects, whatever. Now, before I continue to explain, know that your family member or friends may not be aware they carry this spirit. Everything is spiritual. Remember, everything has its energetic root. So although to them they may be asking random questions or their intentions are pure, the monitoring spirit may be upon them collecting data and planning to use for bad. A conversation that started about news will redirect to your plans. This is why it's important to know when to speak about certain things. Funny how after you told Auntie Becky you were getting a new home, now the builder suddenly found a foundation problem. Or funny how you told your friends you met a nice guy and everything was going well for you. Now the person changes their demeanor. Friends look to connect, but these monitoring spirits look to inspect. The Bible says to be wise as serpents. Stop being so quick to offer information to people. You don't owe them anything. Here are some signs you're dealing with these types of spirits. You will feel uneasy, drained, and violated after you told them great news. Your thought to yourself will most likely feel like, wow, why did I just share all that? Usually after you shared so much, you almost feel as though you couldn't control it. Listen to your body, please, and pay close attention to how you feel. Some monitoring spirits are so strong that at some instances you will feel pressured to answer those questions, but fight that feeling. You will feel restrained when it comes to having them on social media. You may get this feeling to hide posts from them. If you don't feel comfortable expressing or posting great news without hiding a specific person, this may mean they carry a monitoring spirit. As much as we may love our friends and family, they too can carry spirits sent from the enemy to not allow our dreams to prosper. But rest assured and know that whatever God has planned for you will come to pass. Be mindful. So, we don't have to blindly just absorb everything that post said, but there is patterns here. There are things that run through quantum physics, energetic universal laws, the Bible. We got to start connecting the dots here. There are similarities that we need to wake up to. There are entities that are attached to other people that will try to get into your life. And if they can't, they're going to watch you through the lens of someone else and try to wreak havoc through that person. So what do we need to do? One, you have to be so checked in and tuned into your body. If you don't feel good talking to your coworker, talk to them less. No one can take your power away. You can only willingly give it away. If you feel like a friend is a friend of me, listen to that emotion. Stop hanging out with them every damn day. Being alone is better than being in the presence of a monitoring spirit. Being alone is better than being in the presence of a negative entity that's trying to wreak havoc in your life. Being alone is oh so much better than sharing information to someone that doesn't have the best intentions for you. And even if they do have good intentions, the spirits that are attached to them may not. So Rule 1, listen to your body. Rule 2, stop oversharing everything with everyone. You don't owe everyone your life and all the information that is going on with you. Only you need to be cognizant of that. Only you need to be plugged into that. Page 121. Let's talk about this. They can't take your power if you don't give it to them. These spirits can't wreak havoc in your life if you're not talking to them. They're not omnipresent like God. They're not. Understanding why we align with certain people and using that knowledge to study ourselves is always helpful. Obsessing why someone has left us is not. I'll say this loud so even the people in the back can hear. Not everyone is meant to stay in our life forever, and that's okay. If God removes someone from your life, let them go. Okay? We might not know why, we might be sad, but you know what will end up being? Great. Better in the end. Better off. So let them go. Positive bitch tip. Life has the meaning you give it. Give the relationships that have ended a positive meaning instead of a negative one. I see the friendships that have left my life as a double positive. They not only served me for many years and I them, but when we fell out of vibration, it showed me my frequency was rising, and so we were no longer in alignment. If we try to hold on to people who are no longer in vibrational alignment with us, we can stunt our growth and block our blessings. Trying to hold on to lower vibrational people lowers our vibration. We become the average frequency of the people we hang out with most. So that means we're not becoming only the energetic average of the people we're hanging out with. We're becoming the energetic average of the entities that are attached onto that person. No one is worth stunting your growth. No one is worth you missing out on your own potential. No one is worth you putting yourself in a box and missing your blessings. No one. No one. Are these lower vibrational people worth you hurting your own life? No, this is a waste of time and energy. No one is worth missing out on the life you incarnated here for. It's helpful to write out the relationships that have expired in your life on one side of a piece of paper and then use the other side to write out 1 to 3 lessons, realizations, or positive meanings you can derive from those relationships. We tell ourselves many stories, but why not tell ourselves a good one? Now, you might be thinking, Cece, I feel like there's someone in my life I have to get rid of, but I don't want to. I don't know how. I don't know how to remove them. All you need is one moment of courage, of motivation to remove this person from your life. And Lord, let it be right now. I'll sit. I'll wait. Go do your thing. Tell them you can't hang out. Tell them you're busy. Tell them that you're focused on your goals. Tell them that you just don't have time. Do what you need to do in order to separate yourself from this individual because you know that they're not good in your life. And if you're thinking of someone right now, that's exactly who you need to have this conversation with. And no, you don't even have to tell them, but you do have to put your foot down and create space. I always think that we always are praying for God to remove people from our life, but God gave us the God-given ability to remove people from our life on our own. Use that free will and do yourself justice, baby girl. You know what you need to do. I don't care if it's a coworker or a family friend. It does not matter. Limit your time with them. And if you can't take away all time from them, limit the information you share with them. If you have to be somewhere that they're also at, it doesn't mean you have to spill the beans on your whole entire life. It doesn't mean you have to tell them about the new person that you're talking to. You don't know what entities are attached to these people. That's why also your power does not lie in your promiscuity. It lies in what you can receive from others. Stop sharing everything, including your body, with just Joe Schmo you met on the street. You don't know their demons. You don't know what they're holding on to. They are not worth you derailing your vibration and your energy. Nobody is. It's not always easy to just turn off the love you have for another, but that is not what I'm asking you to do. You can love others from afar. That's fine. What I want you to do is just lower the volume of love you have for them and raise the amount of love you have for yourself. When we keep trying to hold on to others, obsess about our exes, or allow others to tell us who we are, we start to erode from the inside of ourselves. Over time, as we continuously allow mistreatment from others, we further betray ourselves and end up hating ourselves for allowing such treatment. If you cannot let them go for you, let them go for your younger self. This little you has so many dreams and aspirations, and they did not come here to let Brad or even Brittany block them from their purpose. You have a commitment not only to this current version of you, but to the past version of yourself too. You came onto this planet with such a beautiful frequency, a beautiful vibration. Do not allow it to be eroded by these negative entities that are coming through, these negative people. All energy seeks to do is align with like vibration and expand. I can't blame Brad and Brittany for wanting to lower my vibration because that is what negative energy likes to do. Pull high vibration down to meet it. I'm not going to get mad at them. I'm going to send them love, remove myself, listen to my body, and limit what I share with them. Even on social media, there are so many people who follow you, who interact with your posts. You don't know what they have going on with them. Why even invite in negativity? Keep it to yourself until it's done, baby girl. Limit what you share. Let's recap for a moment, shall we? People might not like us because their shadow self is highlighted in our self. The traits they push down, we allow ourselves to embody, and therefore they get jealous. Where do you get off allowing yourself to be free and embody your true authentic energy? Or maybe they have lower vibrational entities, a spirit of jealousy, monitoring spirits, whatever it may be. Or maybe they don't like us and they are leaving our life because simply cosmic cancellation, our soul contract is over. I see cosmic cancellation when two people just fall out of energetic vibration, they fall out of one another's lives. That's what happens. When you are raising your mind, your body, your spirit, you're taking yourself to new heights and standards. If people around you aren't doing the same thing, cosmic cancellation will take place. You will energetically just fall out of one another's lives because you are not in alignment anymore. So it's not that they don't like you, that they're hating on you. It just might mean that you're going in different directions, and that's okay. Be oh so careful not to create meaning negatively when there might not be any. Why create a disempowering meaning that's a lie when really you're just falling out of energetic vibration? That's so much closer to the truth. So why aren't we telling ourselves this information? If you're going through any sort of difficulty and you feel like people are hating on you, they're jealous of you, maybe they have these monitoring spirits on them, whatever it may be, if people are talking bad about you, sending you negative energy, don't forget that energy is energy. So whether they're sending you positive energy or negative energy, you can take that energy and alchemize it, transmute it. You can use that energy as fuel to not get mad, but get everything you want. If everyone at the office is talking bad about you, you're going to laugh all the way to the bank, baby girl, because as they talk bad about you, you're going to use that as fuel to really get those boots on the ground and focus on your work. You're going to use that as fuel, maybe, to go home and start that side hustle. Maybe if these coworkers never bullied you, you wouldn't have taken a risk on your own side hustle that ended up growing into a multi-million-dollar business. Maybe if these people didn't make you feel so uncomfortable, you would have never left the fish bowl for the ocean. Maybe if these people didn't push you so far, you would never have found out how truly high you can go and you can travel. Let them talk bad about you. Let them send negative energy your way, because guess what? You're going to use that negative energy as fuel, and you're going to get everything that you truly desire. You're going to use it to build you, to push you, to elevate you in ways that the current circumstance could never. I truly believe sometimes God will put these people in our line of sight. He will put them in our life to make us so uncomfortable, so upset that we say, no longer. We say, you know what? That was the thing that crossed my line. That was the threshold. I'm out of here. In a couple of years, you might be thanking these people for making you so uncomfortable because they gave you the strength to get up and leave. You can always state your truth. You can always set your boundary. You can always remove yourself, share less. But also know simultaneously, as they send you energy, you can use it. That's a secret that every magnetic woman knows. She magnetizes the energy sent to her. She transmutes it. She alchemizes it. She changes it over. Even though they're sending you negative energy, well, guess what? You go home, you're going to feel really pent up. Go create that song. Go create that side hustle. Go for that walk or whatever you want to do. Do not sleep on energy sent to you. Now, we have to understand that we deserve to be on our own pedestal. We deserve, even if they don't like us, we deserve to like ourselves. So let's have that come to Jesus moment. I'm on page 124. You did not fall out of God's back pocket and stumble upon earth. You are here for a reason. Your life has purpose, and you are inherently worthy just by being born. The same creator who wanted the ocean to span 70% of Earth's surface, the sky to encompass the whole planet, the birds and the bees, also thought you were important enough to exist and take up space in this realm. One thing about God, this loving energy does not make mistakes. As humans, we mess up a ton, but God, no mistakes there. Even if your caregivers didn't intend for you to be here, God did. And that's why you are reading these words right now. No mistakes. God is the ultimate artist, and no artist purposely creates ugliness. I've never met a painter, architect, or dancer who told me they wanted to create something ugly. You are beautiful down to your cellular level, and you deserve to feel good. Just because you cannot see that yet does not mean it's not true. It means your perception is fuzzy. To build ourselves up, we must accept where we are at. I tried to pretend I didn't binge eat. I tried the whole false positivity thing. I tried faking it till you make it, but none of that helped. Being in denial of parts of you will not allow you to release those parts. Pretending you are happy with parts of yourself that you despise will not allow you to change or release those parts either. We don't have to remain the same if we do not love what's in front of us, and we don't have to love what's in front of us to accept what is. Positive bitch tip. We can't hate ourselves into loving ourselves. So here's the thing I really want you to understand. Not everyone's going to like you. They don't have to. You don't even like everyone. The one person you do have to like is you. And you know when I became my happiest? It's when I just started to do what I wanted to do. I did no harm to others, but I also didn't take and allow harm onto myself. I literally ask myself every single day, where is my fun? How can I go towards that? Where is love? How can I go towards that? You do not want to be in places where you're being tolerated. You have to go in places where you are celebrated. And there's going to be a season where there's awkward change because you're going to have to not hang out with the people you've known forever, and that will feel uncomfortable. You might feel a little bit FOMO, but I would rather you have FOMO on going out and drinking with your friends than you having FOMO on your own damn potential. But I don't know. Is that just me, or are we feeling what I'm putting down here? No one is worth you missing out on what you came here to do. So maybe this season isn't about focusing on why don't they like me? Maybe this season is about focusing on, well, actually, what don't I like about myself? What don't I accept about myself? And maybe I'm so focused on the fact that they don't like me because I don't like myself. And they're just reflecting back to me the fact that I'm unhappy in my own skin, in my own body, in my own life. If you don't like things about yourself, I'm not going to become a part of these social media movements that are screaming at you to just love yourself. That's a bunch of BS. That makes no damn sense. What I'm going to tell you is if you don't like something about yourself, your life, your body, your hair, your regimen, your routine, your job, your friends, your relationship, guess what? You have free will. You can change the things in your life that you do not like. Stop accepting mediocrity. You didn't come here to be average. You came here to experience a good freaking life, have fun, grow, develop, and learn. If you don't like what's in front of you, change it. Decide differently. Remove yourself, remove them, change your proximity to the circumstance, the situation, or the person, and decide differently. I really think we become hyper-focused that people don't like us when we are not happy with ourselves. When I first started my journey, I was so afraid to do things that were going to bring me happiness because I was more focused on how people were seeing me and judging me than I was focused on my own happiness. But once I just had that moment of, well, I'm going to do it anyway, I received happiness, so much fulfillment, so much joy, and I realized, holy cow, no person on this planet could fulfill me the way I can fulfill myself. No person on this planet can fulfill me like my own purpose can. So when I started to do what actually brought me joy and I found I could create joy myself, I no longer was starving for it in other people. I no longer cared if people liked me or not. If you don't like me, that's none of my business. It sounds like a you problem and I simply don't care. If you don't like me, it sounds a lot like you actually just don't like yourself. You might be jealous. You might be insecure, but that's got nothing to do with me. That's between you and God, baby girl. That's something you have to bring to your creator. That's something you have to reflect on. People not liking you is more about them than it is about you. You being hyper-focused on the fact they don't like you is more about you than it is about them. That hyperfixation tells me that you have not made peace with this current version of you. That hyperfixation tells me that you have not made peace with your reality. That hyperfixation tells me that you don't like yourself either. So what do? What's the answer? What's the next step? We start to make changes. Think about your health, your home, your career, your friendships, your relationships. What don't you like? Jot it down. Because being in denial of what you don't like doesn't help you change anything. The first step to change is awareness. And then it's acceptance. And then it's, well, I can make changes from here. But if you're in denial that you hate your life, if you're in denial that you don't like yourself and you try to push it down, all that's going to do is make you hate other people. All that's going to do is make you feel insecure, uncomfortable, jealous. It's not going to move the needle. It's just going to make you feel worse. You have to be constantly reading the writing on the wall. Everything is data. Everything is information. If you are hyper-focused on the fact that people don't like you, you have to come to the realization that, damn, maybe it's because I actually agree with them. Maybe I'm so hyper-fixed on the realization that people don't like me because I actually don't like myself either. Maybe I just agree with them and that's why it bothers me so much. Maybe I don't know how to fulfill my own life and that's why it bothers me so much. I'm trying to outsource validation, connection, and happiness and joy and acceptance, and because I'm not getting that acceptance, this feels like death every single day. But a really funny thing happens when you say to yourself, I'm going to take responsibility over my joy. I'm going to take responsibility over my happiness. I'm going to take responsibility of the energy I'm bringing to the energetic table. And instead of outsourcing my needs, I'm going to turn this table on its head and I'm going to start fulfilling my happiness, my need for acceptance, my need for joy. I'm going to start giving myself what I know I need. And when you do that, you're no longer starving for that love, acceptance, and joy from others. This has been a pleasure as always. I hope you've learned something. And as always, the sparkle in me honors the sparkle in you. If you've not yet ordered your copy of Show Up As Her, be sure to order your copy so you can follow along with us. We're going to definitely be diving deeper into topics in this book. I'm going to have you asking questions about specific concepts, and we are going to go so deep. If you have not yet left a positive review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please do, because it really helps the podcast grow. And if not for me, do it for you, because good karma. If you do want one-on-one sessions, you can DM me on Instagram at Vibin with CC, VIBIN with CIICII. All the links will be in the show notes, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!